Good evening, everyone. Very big welcome to the Life Path Masterclass. Great to see you all joining this evening. We're here on the Isle of Wight tonight, myself and Vikki, streaming out from our home. Please do let us know where you're joining from. I'm already seeing here in the chat people joining from all over England, Cornwall, London, north of England, Scotland. We've got Poppy joining from Australia. I see Kai joining also from Norway. Really great to see you all joining. Please do write in the chat where you're joining from. Please also write, are you new to goal mapping and these monthly Life Path Masterclasses that we run? Or are you a regular attender? And if you're new to goal mapping, then maybe this is your first time creating a map. I see that we've got many people joining, somebody joining from Warrington. If you are experienced in goal mapping, and there are many coaches joining this evening, please do help me and Vikki to answer all the questions in the chat and to make sure the new people are given whatever support you can in creating their map. And we're going to get going in just a little while. The focus tonight is going to be on creating a goal map for living your very best life. We've got workshop content as well as the group coaching to go through in just a little while. We'll be starting. Somebody writing first masterclass for me. What type of goal would you like to achieve? What's your greatest goal? Have you already tried goal setting? It hasn't worked for you? If you're new to goal mapping, I'll be explaining why goal mapping works so incredibly well. But it's really good for myself and my partner Vikki to get a sense from everyone where you're at. See, Newcastle, new to goal mapping, Salford, lots of places here in England, as well as people joining from abroad. I'm going to switch into the PowerPoint presentation and just start to share some of the information. We have more people joining, of course, as we go through. Over 100 people, 150, 60, 70 people, I think, are registered for the masterclass tonight. 30 years this year for me as a professional speaker, trainer, and working with goal mapping. And I'll be sharing my backstory in just a little while. As you can see from the picture here, I've changed a lot over the 30 years, but the message has stayed consistent. Your thoughts create your reality. Both in yourself, who you are as a person, the way you think about yourself shapes your beliefs and your emotions and your behaviors. But also, of course, through that, we're also shaping our life. And goal mapping is just a very simple but incredibly powerful way of setting goals and intentions about who you choose to be and the way you would like your life to be. Tonight, we are going to focus on creating a goal map for living your very best life. And I'd like you to start thinking about this right now. What does your best life look like? Because it's different for all of us. There may be some generic, universal things we all want, like good health and wealth and a career and a sense of purpose and love and harmony. But what specifically does you living your best life look like in your opinion? When we come to the goal mapping part, we want to map out your best life. So I'd like you to start thinking about this as soon as possible. And if you have pad of paper and pen, that's also going to be useful this evening. Or maybe you're working with our online integrated journal. We're also going to look at if you want to live with more happiness and if you are looking for more meaning and purpose in your life, then tonight is definitely for you. If you want to achieve your goals and your greatest dreams, then that's what we're focusing on this evening. So you're in absolutely the right place. We're going to run for 2 hours, and within these 2 hours, and it's recorded, So if you need to leave early, you can access the recording afterwards. We're going to cover the basics and the background of goal mapping so you understand the simple science. We're going to have a dream visualization of seeing your best day and best life in the future. Going to help you to create your goal map. And at the end of this evening, we're going to talk about how you can coach and train goal mapping to others, if that's your desire. And already we've had some people emailing earlier on this evening saying that that's their interest. And life is many things for many different people. And one thing we can say for sure is that it is a path, a journey. I'm just going to change my seating position here. My path, my journey has been a little unusual. I was born into a circus and traveling funfair family. I grew up in a gypsy life. This is my great uncle and his wife, who were performers in the circus. This is my great grandmother and her traveling show. And this is my great grandmother on the other side of my family. And here in the picture, this is at London Street Fair. You can see my great-grandmother's travelling wagon, and my sister still opens her funfair amusements in exactly the same spot, at exactly the same fair, and more than 150 years later. And all of my family still travel. This is my cousin, my brother-in-law, my nephew, and here their equipment. This is a young King Charles when he was a boy, taking a ride on the bumper cars of my cousin's amusements. And here's my father. And the year that I was born, we went through a change. And that change was that instead of traveling the whole year, we also took our amusements to the seaside and opened them for the tourist industry. And here behind this picture of my father, you can see the pier, which is where we opened our amusements. And it used to be right outside the window here. I still live in the same place on the Isle of Wight. And I grew up in this traveling life. I had different homes each year, different schools each year, not much education. I left school just before I was 13 with no qualifications. I dropped completely out of education. I have dyslexia, so I never learned to read or write properly, no qualifications. And instead, I went to work with the family business. My 13th birthday present was this bubblegum machine. This was my initiation into being a young entrepreneur. And then my next investment was this pinball machine, and my big business breakthrough at around about 15 years of age is this Space Invaders. And then at 18, I took the family business in a new direction, and I become the youngest person ever in England to be given a license to open a disco. I was just 18. I opened up a really unusual club, and it was the beginning of the new romantic scene here in England, 1981. Face paint and frilly shirts was the essence of the scene. So this is me at 19 in my Adam Ant outfit. I was a DJ for 10 years. This is my DJ box, a blue crystal in a big gorilla hand. I had a very unusual nightclub that I themed with old funfair and circus junk, and it became very successful. We're in all the music magazines. We had lots of celebrity pop stars and DJs coming to the nightclub from all over the UK and even from other countries. I run it together with my brother that you can see here in the picture. Had a lot of fun, made a lot of money, felt that I was invincible and on top of the world. And after 13 years, the whole thing come crashing down. And the reason why it crashed was a change in tourism in England. In the late 1980s, early 90s, English people started taking their main summer holiday in the Mediterranean. where the sunshine was guaranteed and the wine was cheap, and it just became the trend where everybody went. My customers all went to Ibiza. And so tourism died on the Isle of Wight, and along with it, many of the old family businesses went out of business. Hotels closed down, shops closed down, people were out of work. It was the unemployment worst place in the south of England. And at age 29, I lost everything. At age 29, I was £1 million in debt. My home was repossessed, my car was repossessed, my marriage crashed under the pressure. I had no academic qualifications because of leaving school early. I had no formal work experience, and I couldn't even read or write properly. Life was looking very dark, and I felt very, very depressed. In fact, suicidal. I just couldn't see a way forward. I moved back into my parents' house, into my old bedroom. My parents' house was also going to be repossessed, but they were 65, so the banks gave them a little bit of time to try and get their self together before repossessing their home. And I really didn't know what I would do. And then I was offered a job as a salesperson. And it wasn't something I particularly wanted to do. Direct sales, knocking on doors, commission only. So if you sell something, you earn something. But I was hopeless at it. I didn't sell anything at first. I didn't earn anything. I was becoming more and more depressed. But it's important to remember, I don't know what your situation is, but I speak with a lot of people that I'm coaching, and they tell me they're in a terrible situation. And what I know from my own life experience, and I believe this is a really important thing to remember when times are tough, is that it's often darkest just before the dawn. It's when things seem really, really terrible that often some light comes and things change. The light that came for me was that I met an amazing life coach, one of the pioneering life coaches here in England, who helped me learn the simple science of positive thinking. And this is something we're going to cover this evening, because whatever your situation, whatever your goals, your dreams, your desires, learning the simple science of positive thinking helps you to find answers to problems. In learning this simple science of positive thinking and the principles of goal setting, I started to achieve better and better results. And in particular, I was using this information not only in my sales performance, and I took my sales performance from the lowest person in the team to the highest, but I also used it to overcome my learning problems with dyslexia. I made some new brain cell connections, and over a period of 1 year, I was able to teach myself to read well. And learning to read at age 30 felt like being given a key that set me free. I wanted to read everything, and I started to read more and more personal development books and learning the ancient principles of success. And gradually, I started to make more and more presentations to anyone who was interested in the things that I had learned. Then I was recruited by a big training company in London who wanted me to teach the work of Tony Robbins and Stephen Covey, Brian Tracy, all of the great American speakers, plus some English speakers. And so I would go all around the UK making presentations about positive thinking and how important it is to set goals. And time and again, people would say to me, Brian, I wish I had been told this when I was younger. Why didn't somebody help me learn these principles of success? You can have a chance success like winning the lottery, but long-term success is always purposeful. It comes from understanding the principles of success and applying those to your life. It's like the combinations in a lock. Only if you have all of the combinations in the right sequence does the lock open and allow you to access your full potential to achieve your true desires. I started to think more and more, why is this not taught as standard in our schools? We spend so much time in education. We have hours and hours of learning technical knowledge and skills, but I expect no one here this evening had even 1 hour during your education of learning the principles of success, learning the science of positive thinking, or how to set goals in a powerful way. And gradually I started to realize most teachers simply don't understand it. Most teachers in our schools have never been taught this science themselves, and so they are not teaching it on to children. And the more that I studied, the more I realized there is not one standardized way of setting goals. There are many different ways of setting goals, but what I become interested in is what is the very best way of setting goals. I read all of the books that I could read. I spoke to all of the experts around the world. I become really quite obsessed with the subject. I thought about it day and night. And then driving my car at midnight through the centre of London, I had a flash of inspiration that became goal mapping. And what I saw in my mind was this structure of a goal map. What makes a goal map unique and distinctive is this balanced combination of words and pictures. And I'll explain in a little while why this is so important and why this combination of words and pictures is like a magical key that can set you free. And if you haven't achieved goals in the past, you're in the right place here this evening to learn the specific principles of what's important to do. This is one of my very early goal maps from 1996. I don't have my very first goal maps from 1994, 1995, but this is one of the early ones from 1996. And in this goal map, I'm saying I want to speak in lots of different countries, and I want to write my goal mapping book, and I want to speak in big conferences. I also want to speak in schools. I want to speak in a church. I want to be on TV, etc., etc., etc. All of it started to work amazingly quickly. The goal mapping book has been in print for many years. It's now in 16 different languages. It's never been out of print. And more recently, a second edition of the book. I've spoken in 34 different countries around the world and shared the stage with some of the world's greatest speakers like Brendan Burchard, Keith Cunningham, Janet Atwood, T. Harv Eker, John Gray, the man who wrote Men Are From Mars and Women From Venus, and Judy May Murphy with her program, Irish speaker. Big conferences, but also sometimes small workshops and a lot of good publicity. This from CNN about using goal mapping to advance your career. My big goal is to help 7 million people in a way that my coach helped me many years ago. He was a fantastic coach. He sadly died very young, and when he died, I made it my mission that I would honor his legacy, continue his work, and help other people in the best way that I could. Making presentations, creating products But the thing that has been so amazing is the amount of coaches and therapists and trainers and business leaders and network marketing people who've chosen to become certified in goal mapping. And 2 more have joined just today. And so this number here of 1,589 is actually already out of date. It's now 1,591 people certified in more than 30 countries around the world. Some of them working in business, some working in general public, some in education, some working in all 3 areas. They are a fantastic community. The youngest person is just 14 years old. Really amazing little Greek guy who's got his goals about being a mountain climber and adventure guide. And the oldest person teaching goal mapping is in her 80s. And they come from many different backgrounds, many different walks of life. And together, we've reached more than 5.5 million people around the world. Some of the coaches here working in business, like Jill and Katrina here in England with their business network and goal mapping queens, as they call themselves, or Marina here in Greece and keynote speaking with her boutique management training company. Businesses large and small using goal mapping, Microsoft, Siemens, Disney, Coca-Cola, Lego, all of these organizations having goal mapping for their employees. Some of these organizations like Microsoft having their own trainers certified in the system. The great passion for me is helping young people with the goal mapping system. More than 1 million students in education, state education from more than 30 countries, primary school, secondary school, university, graduate programs. This is a truly universal system for success. And I'm saying these things to impress upon you that whatever you may wish to achieve, wherever you live, whatever you do, goal mapping can help you. Cephas here from Ghana doing some amazing work with goal mapping, as is Cataline Konya, 3 times world champion kickboxer. Next to Cataline's picture, you can see her goal map. And she said that drawing her goal map gave her the edge, helped her to win the world championships. And Cataline's become one of the certified trainers in Copenhagen. And her mission is to empower young women with goal mapping. People are doing goal maps to help them reverse their diabetes. They're creating goal maps to help them lower their cholesterol or to lose weight. Wherever you want to achieve something, and this report from the South of England coordinator for alcoholism and goal mapping being used by addiction therapists to help people change habits with addiction, with drink or drugs or eating disorders. And here this testimonial saying that goal mapping helped the person believe that they can succeed. And we could spend hours going through all the many testimonials, case studies and reports that have been generated over the last 30 years of goal mapping. If you're here tonight, then probably you're here because somebody recommended to you, or maybe you were searching online and you found goal mapping. And we really don't advertise very much. Goal mapping has spread to millions of people because it works. It works so amazingly well that people like to recommend it and they keep working with it. If you've tried setting goals before and it hasn't worked for you, well, probably you didn't have the right goal achievement system to support you in the first place. One of the mistakes people make when they're setting goals is they only write down the words. If you're only writing down the words, it means you're only activating one side of your brain, the left side of your brain that thinks in words. And it's a good start, but it's not enough to achieve your goal and it really doesn't work for most people. Other people try using a dream board or vision board. They have lots of nice pictures that they paste of the life they want to live, how they want to feel. But the challenge with a dream board or a vision board is normally there are no words, no action plan, no achievement or target date. And so again, it only stimulates one half of the brain, this time the right brain or creative mind. And again, it's not enough to achieve the goals and doesn't work for most people. Goal mapping works. It works amazingly well. And the reason why it works is because it helps to stimulate and activate both sides of the brain. And it's this whole brain activation that helps people with conscious self-manifestation. Self-manifestation. So you take a thought and you turn it into reality. You need to use both sides of your brain to achieve that. Modern life success is absolutely a whole brain game. Now, if you've tried achieving a goal before and you haven't succeeded and you've used one of these other systems, perhaps write in the chat yes, or tell us the type of goal you tried to achieve and wasn't successful. I promise you, goal mapping will help you in a much more powerful way because of how it's using the words and the pictures together to activate the whole brain. Now, in joining this evening, you will have a goal mapping account. And if you want to have that goal mapping account open as we move through the masterclass tonight, you can, in real time, listen to me as well as following through and creating your goal map. And I want to make this very clear right now, and I will say it again several times tonight. It is not listening to me that makes it work. It is you working the process. It's you setting your goal. It's you creating your goal map that makes it work. I can be the guide. I will do my best to inform about the principles and inspire you so that you have high levels of belief, and I'll empower you by showing you how the process works. But it's you creating your map that will activate both sides of your brain and powerfully help you move towards the achievement of your goals. Now, if you've accessed the online journal, you can be using that also as we go through this evening and writing your notes and engaging in the exercises. Right now, let me show you a little more detail about the aspects of a goal map. So we always have this combination of words and pictures. Words for the left brain, pictures for the right brain. And in the very center of the map, we have a main goal. And then on either side, we have more goals. And these can be from all different areas of your life. And tonight, that is my recommendation. To be thinking about the big picture of how you wish your life to be for the future. And we're going to go through a visualization later this evening where I will guide you through having a daydream or an evening dream, because we're in the evening here in the UK. Dream about living your best day. And then we're going to capture the detail of that. At the top of the map are the motivating reasons why you want to achieve your goals. What are your strongest reasons? What is your purpose for living your best life? And then when? If we don't give a date, it's not really a goal, it's only a wish. We need to give a specific target date that we can aim at in order to turn the wish into a goal. And so you can see we have a target date just underneath the main goal, 25th of the 12th, 2025. And at the bottom of the map, we've got a start date. And this is a longer term goal. So you can see the start date there, 21st of the 6th, 2023. And then step 6, how? What do you need to do? What are the actions you need to take? And then finally, step 7, who? Who will help you achieve your goal? Whose help do you desire or require? Or will it just be you moving through and achieving the goal yourself? When I first started teaching goal mapping, because it came as a vision to me, I really thought I've got something absolutely new here with the words and pictures, and there's nothing else like it around. But 5 years after I was teaching goal mapping, I was invited to a Hindu ceremony in a temple in London, and I was amazed to watch the Brahmin priest chant a mantra with words while drawing a yantra, a picture. It's not just the Hindus that use this process of affirmation and visualization. You also find it in Buddhism. Buddhist monks chant a mantra, words, while drawing a mandala. Sometimes they draw it on paper, sometimes using colored rice or colored sand to create intricate patterns. And the goal is slightly different from perhaps a lot of other people's materialistic goals. In Buddhism or Hinduism, they're chanting, I am peace, I am happy, I am love. It is still a goal. Always voiced in affirmation with the words, and the imagery is creating the visualization. And this is also the same power in goal mapping. It's thought to be 10,000 years old, this combination of affirmation and visualization within these ancient teachings around the world. You will find it in many ancient teachings in different cultures, and it's why goal mapping works. You'll find this same principle in education, even from the youngest of ages. Words and pictures side by side to feed both sides of the brain. And if you're thinking this is just from past history or just for children's learning, well, think again, because here's a screen grab from my Google Maps. Words and pictures. And Google invests billions in researching the best way to give people information. And this has not happened by mistake. Google have chosen this layout for people to follow their sat nav, because if you have only the pictures, it's not enough information. Or if you have only the words, it's not enough information. You need the two. You need the pattern to follow of the path of the road, and you need the logical detail, the feed out for your left brain. Words and pictures side by side. And this is what makes a goal map work. And here tonight, we're going to focus on creating a goal map for living your very best life. I'm just looking in the chat, see somebody asking, is it going to be recorded? Yes, recorded, and you can access it afterwards. And we'll be showing you all the links. Please do continue to write your questions in the chat or comments, things you're interested in. Myself, my partner Vikki, and any of the other certified coaches. I can see Gian here, for instance. And please do support by answering any of the questions you feel able to, or sharing your experience about using goal mapping if you are experienced in goal mapping, please do share with the others goals that you've achieved using goal mapping, because it becomes a great inspiration for others to hear people achieving with goal mapping rather than just me talking about the system. If you go to our Gold Lounge, we have 7 rooms. These are success centers. And in each of the success centers, we've got the focused information and support material to help you for the different important areas of life. Tonight, focusing on living your best life. And so we've got overview videos, visualization, quick links to the tools, and of course, the journal to support you to go through the program, even now in real time, pardon me, or immediately afterwards, and in the coming days, if you wish to, using the journal and the Success Center to create and live your map. Now, goal mapping is both a 7-step process that we're going to go through this evening in order to achieve your goals, and also a mindset workshop. And we're going to be covering some mindset content in just a little while, and the two go together to form sustainable success. And here's the beginning of the mindset content, the winds of change. We live in an incredibly fast changing world. The world is changing faster today than ever before in recorded history. And it's going to get faster and faster. And the reason for it is technology. Every time something new is invented, it creates change, whether we like it or not. And we're all here tonight connected on a Zoom. It would have been unthought of just a few years ago. The way that we communicate is changing. The way that we work with more and more people working from home is changing. The way that we're educated is changing. More people doing home education, distance learning. The way that we interact, the way that we shop, everything is changing. People are having many different careers within their lifetime. People are having many different relationships within their lifetime. The more change there is, the more opportunity is created. And you may not like a fast changing world, but imagine for a moment if there was no change, the universe would freeze. We can only have something new, something more, something different if there is change. The challenge is, it seems to be in most people's human nature that they are afraid of uncertain change. If we feel sure the changes coming in our life will be good for us, then we welcome them. But when we are uncertain, when we are unsure of the changes, when we start to fear that maybe the changes coming in my life will not be good for me, maybe I'll have less money, I'll be less happy, maybe my life will not be so good. When we go into fear of change, the fear blinds us to the opportunity. And all we see is more and more of what we fear. Change is constant in all of our lives. And many years ago, my coach said to me, Brian, change is like the wind. You cannot control it, you cannot direct it, but what you can do is you can adjust the set of your sail. Imagine for a moment that you are like a sailing boat upon an ocean. This is a map of the Isle of Wight where myself and Vikki live. Our home is here. In fact, we live right on the beach, on the seafront, on the south side of the island. And every year there is a round the Isle of Wight yacht race. 1,500 yachts leave Cowes and they sail around the Isle of Wight. and back into the harbour at Cowes. As they pass my home on the Isle of Wight, the wind is changing direction. In fact, the Round the Isle of Wight yacht race will take place next Saturday. And last year, I took this picture from my balcony of the yachts coming round. And as they pass my place, the wind drops or is blowing against them. And the captain and the crew need to work together to adjust the sail so that they can find the opportunity created by the wind and continue on their journey to hopefully win the race. Well, this is how life is for all of us. We are each of us like a sailing boat on a voyage through our life. And as we move along the journey of our life, the wind will change direction many times. But if you understand the principles of success, regardless of the conditions of life, you're able to choose to be the captain and work with your mind and your heart and your behavior to set a better sail. Capture the opportunities created by change and use them to power you on your journey. I have so many people contacting me for help, telling me, Brian, my life has changed. I've been made redundant, or my life has changed, my marriage has ended, or my life has changed. I've been ill these last months. And always it's possible to find some solutions, even in the most difficult of situations, if we work with a good mindset and that we develop winning attitudes which empower our actions and our behavior. What is essential to make all of this come together and you be the captain of your life? What is essential is that you know where you want to go, that you have a goal, you have a beacon of light to aim for. Goals help us find our way in dark and stormy times. And the more change there is, the more opportunity is created. But for anyone who does not know where they want to go, then the change, the winds of change, become a storm. Some distant place in life where they didn't want to be, but it's happened because they were never clear in the beginning about where they wanted to go. Creating a goal map helps you to get clear. It helps you to be clear in your conscious mind about what is most important to you. And as you will find out in the rest of the masterclass, it helps you to program your subconscious mind to move you towards your goals. It's completely changed my life in so many ways for the better. One of the things that has been most important to me, and it's the thing that empowers goal mapping, is to understand the simple science of positive thinking. And this is what I want to show to you now over the next 5 or 10 minutes. This is what helped me to turn my life around in conjunction with setting goals. All of us have billions of brain cells. It's estimated you have 100 billion brain cells. Each one of your 100 billion brain cells or neurons grows these arms and branches called dendrites, and a little wiggly tail in blue known as an axon. When you have a thought, the thought starts in the middle of the brain cell as an electrical impulse. It travels out along the axon. It wants to connect with another brain cell arm so that you can build a train or pattern of thought. But there is a slight gap that separates all of the brain cells and brain cell arms. It's called the synaptic gap. Here is the key point to understand. If the thought you choose to think is positive, it has an amazing effect. I'm going to say it again. If the thought you choose to think is positive, it's really important to understand and regularly remind yourself you have a choice in the thoughts you think. And maybe you start your day in a really good way and then something unexpected happens, things go wrong, stuff breaks, someone is rude to you, maybe you lose your temper, you become negative. It's just an instant reaction to the situation of things going wrong. And within a moment or two, it's a choice. It's a natural free will ability that we are all born with, that we can choose our thoughts. If you choose a positive thought about yourself, if you choose a positive thought about your life, if you choose a positive thought about your situation right now, wherever you are in the world, the positive thought starts in the middle of the brain cell, it travels out along the axon, and it stimulates a neuroreceptor to release a chemical into your brain and body called serotonin. Serotonin's the happy chemical. It gives you the feeling of happiness and well-being. It's the same chemical that is released if you take an antidepressant drug such as Prozac. You can look this up on the internet. There are thousands of medical reports on the internet that will tell you that when you take an antidepressant such as Prozac, it triggers the release of serotonin, but also positive thinking does the same thing. You can know it in your own experience. You can try it right now if you wish to. Think about something very, very positive, maybe from years ago when you were a small child, maybe from recently, maybe just last week, maybe some positive thing you're looking forward to. As you focus your mind onto the positive, it triggers the release of serotonin and creates the feeling of happiness right now, in this moment. It's not rocket science. Think about it. Every emotion that you feel works this way. Your thoughts trigger the release of chemicals that create emotion. Oxytocin is a chemical that creates a feeling of love. Serotonin creating the feeling of happiness. But here's the next really important point that most people overlook. Serotonin is also a neuroconductor. It joins the brain cells together. It allows your thought impulse to continue on its journey, so you build up that positive pattern of thought, and that's what creates those aha moments, those light bulb moments, where you find answers to problems, where you see a new vision of your way forward. When the brain cells join and you release the serotonin and you get the new idea, I can do this. And because of the release of the serotonin giving you a good feeling, you feel motivated and inspired and you believe it. Unfortunately, quite quickly, after having the light bulb moment, the brain cells join, they also break apart again. So here's the next important thing to understand, and please remember, this is one of the most important things that come out of the leading brain cell science of neuroplasticity over the last 20 years. Here it comes. Brain cells that repeatedly fire together gradually wire together. If you set a goal and then review the goal, as you review the goal, you are reminding, you are re-establishing the brain cell connections. And scientists recommend that if you will review your goal for just a few moments every day over a period of, say, 21 or 30 days, the brain cell connection gradually becomes established. And as the brain cell connection becomes established, it gradually moves from a thought to an opinion, to a belief, to a sense of knowing, a feeling of certainty about you achieving your goal. And let me just backtrack here. Please understand, any belief you have or don't have, because many people contact me saying, Brian, can you help me? I'm lacking belief in myself. Belief is simply an established connection between two or more brain cells. Whatever you believe you can do or believe that you cannot do, those beliefs are just a set of brain cell connections. And what neuroscience has shown, and has actually been known by wise people throughout the centuries, is that you can make new brain cell connections and new beliefs at any age, at any time. You can also break apart old brain cell connections and old beliefs if you think they're not good for you, because some people are creating negative beliefs about their limitations, and they're holding themselves back in their health, in their wealth, in their pursuit of purpose or finding love. The key with personal development is to make sure that your positive beliefs are stronger than your negative beliefs, so that you move towards the things that you desire in life, and through the law of attraction, you are drawing them towards you. And the more connections we are making, the more we are activating both sides of our brain, our right creative brain, so that we have a good vision of our future. Lots of creativity to find answers to problems and new ideas about what is interesting for us. Equally important, we need to activate and stimulate the left side of our brain, which is good at forming strategy and making a plan and being effective in our actions. If we only have right brain, we have a million ideas but never finish any. There are some people that come up with idea after idea after idea, and they're scatty, very creative, but they don't finish anything. If the person is only left brain, then they don't have their own ideas. They wait for other people to have ideas. Left brain people are good at planning, but they don't know where they want to go. So we need both. And this is what the greatest people have had throughout history. And it's something that all of us can work towards. And the more balance we find between our right brain and our left brain, the more effective we are at turning our dreams into realities. Goal mapping helps this happen in a really powerful way. If you are thinking positively in your mind, the serotonin release raises your self-esteem. Think a positive thought about yourself. I like myself. I'm happy with myself. I'm pleased with myself. You try it for yourself. Think a positive thought about yourself. The serotonin raises your self-esteem. You gain more self-confidence, more self-assertiveness. It also empowers you at a physical level. Doctors have started to understand this more and more in the last 20, 30 years. This is why medicine is now being changed to include humor or to help people feel better about themselves, because when you think positively, the serotonin release boosts your immune system. It nourishes your body. You heal faster if you've had an accident. You're able to ward off sickness and illness in a better way. If you think you can, you probably will. You start the neurological process that helps you find a way forward, and you empower yourself. But if you fall into the trap of negative thinking, if you're thinking negative about yourself or your life or your situation, if you think that you can't achieve your goals, well, you won't. Because when you think negatively, the same process happens, but a different chemical is released into your brain and body: cortisol. Cortisol is the chemical that is giving you the feeling of sadness and fear. It is also a neuroinhibitor. When we start to become sad and fearful, the cortisol blocks the spread of our thoughts. Our thinking becomes isolated, and the problem grows in our mind as brain fog takes over and our brain closes down. This is an ancient survival system. It's known as the fight or flight response, and it's evolved over millions of years. And in ancient times, when the big danger was a wild animal like a grizzly bear that wanted to eat us for lunch, this ancient survival system works really well. Brain closes down, focus on the fear, immune system, lymph system, all closed down. All of that extra energy is sent to your muscles so you can fight or run away. And it works well. But here is the thing. In modern life, we are not facing problems like a hungry bear. More often, we are facing problems like an angry bill, or a broken heart, or an unhappy child, or an unfulfilling career. Running away from those things, going into fear, does not solve them. And many people become trapped in a false fear of the future, false expectations that appear real to them. They start to imagine the worst. Your brain does not know the difference between an imagined fear and a real fear. And if you spend your time in fear and worry, the release of the cortisol makes you sick. This is why people become ill if they're in depression for a long period of time, or stress for a long period of time. We have so many people that are doing great damage to their well-being because they are unbalanced and negatively focused within their mind. The answer to life's modern problems is to make more brain cell connections, because it's by making more brain cell connections that we're able to activate both sides of our brain and find solutions, and also make a plan so that we follow through and are effective in turning our ideas into realities. Goal mapping does this amazingly well because of how it's using the combination of words and pictures to stimulate both sides of the brain, but also to engage both main levels of the mind, conscious mind and subconscious mind. Your subconscious mind is amazingly powerful. It can do the most fantastic things that the scientists still do not understand how the subconscious can do what it does. It's like your own personal autopilot or magical genie. Genies are all powerful and they can help your wishes come true. But the one thing the genie cannot do is wish for you. You must command the genie. And the way that you command your magical genie, your subconscious autopilot, is through the thoughts that you think. Imagine that all of the different thoughts you think form an inner selfie in your mind, and your subconscious reads that inner picture of you and your life and looks to make you and your life fit the picture. Whatever you are thinking on the outside, your subconscious is trying to manipulate your behavior, your emotions and decisions so that your life fits on the outside. It's amazing the way the system works. You can see this with the work of athletes. If they are picturing success, the subconscious helps them to hit the target. This is why all professional athletes will spend as much as 50% or more of their training time visualizing success. But here is the challenge. If you have a picture in your mind of failure, if you have a picture of missing the target, your subconscious is not able to understand what you mean and causes you to go into self-sabotage and miss the target. When we worry, we are picturing ourselves failing, and our subconscious doesn't understand it and gives us failure. This is why all top athletes now have a mindset coach as well as a physical coach. They need a mindset coach to help them stay focused on the target. They need a physical coach to help them build muscle. Both are vital for success. And it is the same for each of us in our lives. We need to picture success in our mind, and we need to take the physical actions that move us towards the creation of that success. Many years, one of the leading diet organizations here in the UK came to me and asked if they could use goal mapping with all of their customers around England. And they explained that if someone has got a picture in their mind of being overweight, it's really difficult for them to achieve their ideal weight because their subconscious is reading the inner picture and saying, well, you're meant to be this shape and weigh these many kilos and have this eating behavior. And the only way that you can achieve your ideal weight and fitness and health is to make sure that you have an inner picture of you being the weight you wish to be, the shape you wish to be, living the life you wish to live. This is the same for all habits, whatever it may be. This is why so many therapists have taken the goal mapping training to use it with their clients, because whether the habit is smoking and you wish to change that, or drinking, or exercise, or diet, it's exactly the same principle. The inner picture you have will be read by your subconscious, who will then look to produce it in your outside life. I want you to take a moment now. What's your dominant inner picture of yourself? Now, I'm using the word dominant because we have lots of different pictures of ourselves, but the subconscious mind follows the strongest picture of you. That is the picture that you have been thinking most often for the longest time with the strongest emotions. Now, what do you want to achieve for the future? Whatever you want to achieve for the future, I just want you to take a moment and contemplate now, is that the picture you have in your mind? What's the picture you have in your mind right now for you and your life? Does it match what you wish for the future? Or do you need to create a new picture of you, a new picture of the life you want to live? That's what goal mapping does. That's what we're going to do tonight, step by step, is to create a picture of the future, of the life that you wish to live. Because if you're thinking about what you don't want, or I don't want to be overweight, or I don't want to be poor, or I don't want to be lonely, or I don't want to be in this boring, unfulfilling work, if you're thinking about what you don't want, well, guess what? You're just going to get more of it. It's really, really important that you focus your mind onto what you want and create an inner picture of you being that way to command your subconscious into making it reality. In one of my workshops, a gentleman stood up and he said, I'm a motorcycle riding instructor, Brian. And the big danger for motorcyclists is all of the holes in the road. And if you hit one of these big holes on a motorbike or a pedal bike, it can kill you. And in fact, there are quite some people that have died in recent years because we have so many holes in the road now in England. And we are needing to retrain the motorcycle riders. And what we are teaching them is this: be aware of the hole, but whatever you do, don't stare at the hole. If you stare at the hole, you'll go to the hole. My daughter's a ski instructor. They teach people, if you stare at the tree, you go to the tree. When they train race car drivers, they teach them, if you stare at the crash barrier, you'll go to the crash barrier. We move towards whatever we focus on most. There will be dangers in life. There will be holes in our path. We need to be aware of the hole, but not stare at the hole. We want to stay focused on where we want to go, what we want to do, who we choose to be. How do you maintain holding a positive picture of you and your life, and do it every day? Do it in a simple way so it doesn't take all your time. Create a goal map. I've been teaching the system nearly 30 years, but it's important that I still use it because I think about the negative and I worry about the future, and the goal map helps me stay on track. And I have more than one map, which is why we run these masterclasses every month for free, helping people to create the different maps for the different areas of their life. This is my best life goal map that we're doing tonight. This is my work goal map. Here is my wealth goal map. This is my purpose goal map. I have the different maps for the different areas of my life, because if something's important, then it's important to set a goal about it. 7 simple steps. Step 1, work with your right brain. Have a little daydream, evening dream about what you want to achieve. And there may be many things. And so in the second step, work with your left brain, logical mind, to work out what is the priority, what is the main thing, the main goal for me to achieve. And then what does it look like? Start to map it out in words and pictures. And then identify why you want it. What are the main emotional reasons? When do you want it? What is the date? How are you going to do it? Who is going to help? These 7 steps are the crucial aspects of achievement. Goal mapping guides you into asking the questions and captures your answers in words and pictures so that you're able to activate both sides of your brain. And I'm just going to bring up the live website. We switch computers. And I'm just going to show very quickly. It's not my goal map. It is our goal map, because for Best Life, I've got a joint goal map with myself and Vikki. So I'm going to open this up in my goal mapping account. Now, right in the center, main goal. Right? And it's a money goal. And I'm not particularly materialistic, but my best life in the future is me and Vikki having true life freedom. And that means that money is coming even if we are not necessarily working that day. And so we have here as a main goal, we start our Freedom Day with overnight ka-ching, and a little bit of money from a lot of people who are achieving their goals with goal mapping, or they're buying goal mapping books, is the way that we are working. Now, you'll notice that all the different goals are from different areas of life, because for a best life goal map, you want to think about the different important areas. So what's important for me and Vikki? Well, we prioritize the little rituals like wearing our mud packs together here in the bath that help us to stay strong. And I can hear Vikki laughing on the other side of the table. And we really value our adventure time. And so we plan adventure days. We like to go out kayaking, cold water swimming. And we're automating our business wherever possible so that it minimizes the amount of time that we need to put in and work with the business. And we create 4 weeks of adventure holidays every year. Why? Well, we want to help 7 million people. So far, goal mapping has reached 5.5 million people. So we've got another 1.5 million people to go. And I'm already 63. So I don't know if I've got another 30 years. It's taken a long time to get 5.5 million. We love the life that we live. It's a balance between helping people and having our own adventure, and supporting our families, Vikki's family and my family. My mother is 97 and she's still setting goals, and she lives on her own, and she does her own cooking and cleaning, and she's quite inspirational. I move down the map, and on this side we've got how. So finding more and more people that want to be part of the goal mapping community, developing the online platform that we're using here tonight, which is free for people to use. And now we have more than 40,000 members all registered on the online goal mapping, and helping our amazing family of coaches and trainers to help other people with goal mapping, working in lots of different ways. And then who? Well, connecting with our community, being inspiring as we can be for each other and for the people around us, and supporting people wherever we can. I really encourage you to create your goal map. Now, if you wish to, you can open up the goal mapping platform, go to your account, and you can create your goal map tonight with me, following through in real time. And you can have the Zoom in the background, listening to the instruction while having your goal map account open so that you can move along the steps and create your goal map. And for those of you that are unsure, because you're new to goal mapping, let me just show you. If I log out of my account, and then I'll log back in. And then once I'm in to my account or you into your account, then I simply go to the menu, and where it says My Maps, and then create goal map. Some of you may have joined through the Best Life team here in the Gold Lounge, so I can just show that very quickly. If you've joined that way, so if I go Gold Lounge, Best Life, and again, you can see My Maps, create map. It's a goal map we're going to create tonight. And so I'm back here where I was just a little earlier on the PowerPoint presentation. So if you've managed to find your way into the My Maps part, very first thing, please, is write a name for your map in the top title. So this is going to be My Best Life Goal Map. Good to give your map a meaningful title. The more meaning, the more power it has. And then once you've given your map a title, click in the little box, the dream box, and then just relax for a moment, please. And for those of you that are not following through online, because it's a little more difficult to do if you're doing it on a mobile phone and trying to watch or listen to me at the same time. And so for anyone that's not following through online, then please do engage with me now when we do the relaxation and visualization. And please have pad of paper and a pen where you can write down your goals, and then from there you'll be able to go to the online and create your map. So if it's safe for you to do so, because I know that some people listen to the masterclass while traveling or driving, but if it's safe for you to do so, please sit back in your chair now, put everything down, take a moment. We're going to do a little breathing and relaxation, and then the visualization. Okay. Sit back, please. Eyes closed if you're happy to and safe for you to do it. Take a nice, big, deep breath in through your nose. Breathe out slowly through your mouth. And as you breathe out, I want you to say the word relax 3 times to yourself and in your first language, please, if it's not English. Again now, please. Deep breath in through your nose. And this time as you breathe out slowly through your mouth, saying the words, I am 3 times to yourself and in your own language. And once more now, a deep breath in through your nose. And this time as you breathe out slowly through your mouth, saying the words within 3 times to yourself and in your own language. Relax. I am within. I'd like you to imagine a stream of relaxation flowing into the top of your head. like a beam of white light, soothing, calming, relaxing all of the areas that it touches. Imagine now relaxing your scalp, your forehead, your cheeks, your tongue, and your jaw. Give yourself permission to relax those areas completely, becoming more and more gently relaxed now as the relaxation moves deeper. Relaxing your neck, relaxing your shoulders, relaxing your arms, all the way down to the tips of your fingers. Give yourself permission to relax those areas completely, becoming more and more gently relaxed now as the relaxation moves even deeper. Relaxing your chest, relaxing your stomach, into your hips, thighs, calves, ankles, feet, and toes. A gentle wave of relaxation softly flowing through your body. I'd like you to imagine now walking along a beautiful sandy seashore, clear blue skies above you, soft rolling waves and a warm sun shining down upon your skin. As you walk along this beautiful carefree beach, you find a small blue bottle poking from the sand. As you pick up the bottle, the top comes open, and there appears a large blue shining genie. The genie says, "Your wish is my command. Anything you truly desire, I will grant you." I want you to take yourself forward in time now, knowing you have the power to create your life exactly as you would choose it to be, and take a walk through an ideal day that represents you living your ideal life, your very best life. Starting from when you first awake in the morning, what is the scene that greets you? In your best day of your best life, are you living in your ideal home? Is it the same home where you live now? Have you renovated your home? Or have you moved to a new home? Maybe in a new location, maybe even another country in the world. Take a look around that home. Notice the view from the windows. Get a sense of where you are. Now notice how you start your best day. Are you starting with early morning exercise? Or maybe mindfulness, meditation, writing a gratitude list? Are you making time for yourself to eat a healthy, balanced breakfast? And notice whether you are starting your best day on your own or sharing your day with others. Now dress yourself for your work day ahead. Maybe it's a contribution work you are doing, or maybe you're advancing your career. Maybe you're running your own business. Notice what type of clothes you choose to wear for your best work day. Are you dressed smart and suited for your best work? Or are you dressed more relaxed and casual? Now start your journey to work. How are you traveling? Are you walking? Are you cycling? Are you catching a bus? Are you taking a train? Are you flying on an aeroplane for your best work? If you're driving a car, notice what type of car. Or maybe you're choosing the freedom of working from home. Gradually move through your best day, noticing all the different detail that's important for you. the work you do, the level of fulfillment that you get from the work you do. Notice the financial reward that you receive for making a difference with your work in the world. See how you being your best and living your best life enriches the life of others around you. Notice the great harmony that you enjoy within your relationships. See the fantastic level of vibrant well-being that you enjoy in your best life in the future. Connect with the sense of purpose and fulfillment that you experience from living your best life. See all the different sites, the home where you live, the people you share your life with, the work you do, the financial freedom that you've achieved, the health and well-being you enjoy, the sense of purpose you have. See all the different sites. And from that future place, see the journey you have made to achieve it, the path you have traveled, the things you have done. Connect with it all now. And when you are ready, come back to this time, this moment. Bring in with you all good ideas, good insights and intentions. Know it's all possible for you. And when you feel ready to, open your eyes, please. Have a little stretch, a little yawn. Bring yourself back into waking state. And either on a piece of paper, if that's how you're working this evening, or directly into the website, I want you to write 5 things that you just thought about that represent you living your best day of your best life. Now, I want you to write these things in a specific way, please. I want you to write them as affirmations. I am healthy. Okay? An affirmation is always written personal, positive, and present tense. And if you make a mistake, as I have done, where there isn't a space between the I and the am, you can always click the edit button and change anything. It's important in this first stage to be in the flow so that you remember all of the important things you just thought about. I live in an amazing light-filled home. Another thing that's important with affirmations is not only do you make them personal, so I or we, but also always positive. Always say the thing that you want, never the thing you don't want. And this is particularly important if you have a health or a weight goal. So 2 years ago, I lost 15 kilos with my goal map. 15 kilos. I was way over my weight because of lockdown and COVID and those things. But the goal I set wasn't to lose 15 kilos. That's a negative command, like saying I don't want to be sad or I don't want to be overweight. The goal that I set was this: I feel fantastic and free at 88 kg. Always say what you want. And if you have a health and well-being goal, make sure you are stating the target weight you want to be. But look at the words I'm using here, okay? I feel fantastic and free at 88 kg. I'm not just saying I weigh 88 kg, because a powerful affirmation will be personal, it will be positive, it will be present tense, and it will also be passionate. Use some emotional words to give your goal statements power. And remember, please, you do not need to get this exactly right for you right now tonight. You just need to get started, because you can edit any aspect of your map over the coming days, weeks, and months. And rather than me going through a new map here, let me go to my maps and just show you again my goal map for living my best life, which is done here together with Vikki. And if I go into my map, you can see here my 5 goals. I'm using we because this is a goal map that me and Vikki did together. So we start our Freedom Day with money coming in overnight from book sales and online sales. We prioritize our rituals. Our well-being is high because of sea swimming, exercising, juicing, etc. We create freedom and fun by going off on adventure days, and we automate as much of our work as possible so that we've got freedom of time. And then once you have 5 things written down, and I really recommend that you go for 5 things, not 3 or 4, 5, then it's time for step 2. Which one thing is the main goal for you? Now, whatever you've written first will appear in the center, but that doesn't always mean it's the main goal. Sometimes it may be just the thing you are most passionate about. Passion, though, is not the same as logic. And this step 2, is about logic. And there is one important question to ask yourself right now. If you've got 5 goals, which one goal, once you've achieved it, will give you the most advantage to help you achieve some of the others? For some people, it's going to be a health goal. For other people, a career goal. For some people, a relationship goal. For some people, it's going to be a wealth goal. For me and Vikki, the main goal for us, right in the center, is receiving income with the online program, book sales and trainings, because that's what creates our freedom lifestyle. Now, you can move any of your goals around. You simply click on the goal and then click where you want to move it to. Click and click. Sometimes you might want to move them from side to side, left and right, or maybe up and down. You can choose. You can move the goals all around. And again, this is a step you can come back to at any point. Sometimes it's making small changes in the words of a goal that really make a big difference. It's the small changes that add up to a lot of power. And then in step 3, it's time to add the imagery. Now, my imagery's already been added, but if you're creating a new goal map, it would just have the words. And then if you just hover over the box, you'll see these icons come up at the bottom. Click on the little picture icon, and it opens the image library. I really recommend to you that you take a little bit of time and you find deeply personal images. I've been coaching people on weight loss, for instance, and they're finding pictures of them from the past when they were the weight they like to be, and to use those in the maps now. Because remember, your subconscious is reading the picture. And so you want pictures of you being the way you want to be and living the life you want to live. And when you use a picture of yourself, your brain instantly recognizes the picture. Or if you use a picture of someone you love or a place that you love, again, your brain instantly recognizes the picture. So uploading personal pictures is important. This is my personal library. But if you're new to goal mapping and you haven't built your personal library, just be in the flow. Go to the categories, click on lifestyle. You can see all the different images here, and you can click on any image you like. There's one of me and Vikki here, and it goes directly into your map. And you want your image to fit your map in a nice way. So you can see here this picture of me and Vikki. It doesn't quite fill out the box. But again, if I hover over the picture, the icons come. And here I've got the expander, where I can make the picture full size so that it fits the frame. And again, it's all of these small things, like focusing the lens of a camera, brings your map clear and has maximum impact on your subconscious autopilot, your magical genie, to help your goals come true. Add pictures for all of your goals, and then as soon as you're ready, step 4. Why? What are your strongest motivating reasons? Again, please write them as affirmations. It is much more powerful if you write the words, I am free, rather than just writing freedom. If you write the word freedom and then say it to yourself, freedom, and then notice how much emotion it creates in you, freedom, it won't be so much. But if you write the same thing as an affirmation, I am free, you will feel the emotion when you read the words. It's the emotion that creates the motivation. So please make sure that your reasons why you want to achieve your goals are as emotional as possible, because that's what makes them powerful. And again, once you write the words, add the pictures, and again, you can resequence. So maybe you want to move the side one into the middle, or maybe you want the one that's on the left to be on the right. And you can move all of the goals and all of the reasons around. And once you're happy, on to the next step. Step 5 is the quickest, simplest step in creating your map. A start date, which for most people will be today's date, the 11th of the 6th, and then a target date to aim for. And you can open up the calendar and choose a date that way, or you can simply write in the numbers directly here, and then it will put the date into your map, which creates a timeline for step 6. Step 6 is how. Write in the 3 main things that you need to do to move towards the achievement of your goal. And you can see here, me and Vikki have got the first thing, gathering together our tribe, looking after our coaches and trainers that are part of the community, making sure that we have the materials online that people can access wherever they are in the world. Now, you can also create an action plan or to-do list. And so if I click on my action here, I can choose my pictures, I can upload my files. but also I can create a to-do list. And you can see here in this map, I already have started writing things I need to do. I also need to film the new video for the gold rooms. And I can click add, and I can even choose a specific date. So maybe I'm going to do that next week. So 15th of the 6th, 2024. And I can tick it when it's done, and I can also resequence these. So if it's not so important, maybe I'm going to move it up to the top or down to the bottom. I can change everything around, and I can write as detailed a list as I please to. And in fact, me and Vikki run our business this way, that we update our business goal map every month with the new actions and things we need to do. And then the final step, who. And there is one really important point here, which is if the who is you. If it is you that's going to take the action to move towards the goal, then please state your way of being. Like I am focused, or I am motivated, or I am inspired. Even if you're feeling, well, I'm not, saying that you are helps send the command to your subconscious to release the chemicals, so you start to feel that way. You can put the names of people you work with, or help you want, or a teacher, a coach, even a book, a training program, a resource. Always the who opposite the how. So if I scroll down, so we gather and nurture our tribe. Who? Well, it's me and Vikki coming together with the community. So we empower people to achieve their goals. Who? Well, it's me and Vikki looking to be authentically inspiring, etc. Please remember, creating your goal map online is like having a living document. You can update it whenever a new idea is coming to you. And I really recommend that you download your goal map. Right here on the orange button, download and print. It takes a moment or two for the system to pull all the information together. You can see the screen's gone white, but there is the goal map. And I can save this to my computer. I can have it as a screensaver. I can email it to anyone I wish to. I can also, of course, print it out. And it's a printing out and using your map that is really important. We call it the goal mapping ritual. And once you have your map, use it in some way every day. I have my goal map as a screensaver on my mobile phone to keep it in my consciousness. I have them up on the walls. I have them on my computer, and I have them printed out in my journal. Once you print your map, sign it. All of my goal maps have my signature on them. And when it's a joint goal map, so this is a goal map I did for a cleanse that I took a few months ago. It's only a 10-day goal map for the duration of the cleanse. In fact, the cleanse was 9 days. The goal map is 10 days because of having a recovery day. I've done many cleanses in my life, but this is the easiest cleanse I ever did. A Forever Living C9 cleanse. Signing the map is like giving your commitment. It's like making a promise. That's why all important documents want your signature. Your goal map is an important document. It's a blueprint of your future best life. Sign it. And when you sign it, understand you're making your promise. Then put it somewhere where you're going to see it and say it once every day. First thing in the morning is the best time. First thing in the morning, your brain is in a very specific brain state. When you first wake up, your brain is in alpha rhythm. It's where you have the deepest connection to your subconscious mind. Put your goal map at the side of your bed. I have mine on the bedroom wall. Put it next to your bathroom mirror. Look at it just for a few moments while you're cleaning your teeth. Some people put their goal map on the refrigerator door. Some people put their goal map at their workplace. Put it somewhere where you will see it. And as you look at your map, say the words. That re-stimulates both sides of the brain and reforms the brain cell connections. Share it. Share it into the community here. Lots of people share their maps. It's inspirational for people to see somebody else's goal map. When you share your map, you're demonstrating belief in yourself. Share it with me and Vikki. We will give you feedback on your map. We'll let you know if we see improvements. We won't charge you anything for it. It's part of our mission. If you haven't noticed, we're passionate about what we do. It's more than a job, more than a business. It's been a purpose now for 30 years for me. Share your map. We'll help you with it. Share it with your coach if you've got a coach. Share it with your team if you're in a group, such as a diet group or a corporate group or well-being group. And importantly, update it. Updating your map is another thing that helps to form those brain cell connections. If you're saying your map once a day and you're looking at it once a day, and this is my challenge to you, create your map, look at it once a day, say the words. If you do that for 30 days, you'll form the brain cell connections. You'll also see a lot of new improvements, new things you want to include in your map. That's why updating it is important. And then come on our future masterclasses. Tonight we've been creating a goal map for best life. Next month, it will be a goal map for authentic happiness. And then the month after, a goal map for self-esteem, so that you feel fantastic. Always 30 days apart, so that you've got time to work with your map, look at it once a day, form the brain cell connections, before then creating a new map. A map for vibrant well-being, a map for financial freedom, harmonious relationships, finding and following purpose. And of course, you don't have to wait 30 days. If you feel drawn now to go and create more maps, you can do so. Many people that do the coaching with us, one-to-one coaching, want to create their first 2 or 3 maps very quickly. And I still recommend this process of connecting with us here in the masterclass once each month, and either creating a new map or, as I have done today, updating your existing map. Because once you have a set of maps, you want to keep them going to maintain a positive command to your subconscious. I've weighed 88 kg for the last 2 years. I stopped yo-yoing in my weight because I kept the goal constant. And that's helped me to maintain my best weight. By going through the masterclasses, you form those brain cell connections, which helps you to activate the whole of your brain. And as well as running these monthly masterclasses, we also run group coaching. We also have a deep dive daytime workshop. 3.5 hours of mindset content to help you build your self-belief, raise your self-esteem, understand the deep fundamental principles of success. And later this month, we also have a certification masterclass where you can come and learn about how you can run goal mapping as part of your own coaching or training practice if you wish to. We have a fantastic community of people all around the world some of them full-time coaches and trainers, some of them just doing it part-time along their existing work or career. If you'd like to know more, then please do come to one of our certification workshops or our deep dive workshop. Simply go to the events tab in the goal mapping navigation bar, choose the event you would like to attend and register. It's quick and it's simple. Many of the presentations like tonight are for free, and what we would love is you help share the word. If you would like to recommend somebody else to goal mapping, please do just take the QR code and share it with anyone that you think may need a little help in their life right now. If you've enjoyed the information this evening and connecting with all of the different coaches and trainers, then please do let others know about it. And we're not doing a lot of social media marketing and those things. We are really asking for help from other people. We are trying to create a movement that makes a difference to other people in a simple way. And we're offering a lot of content for free to support people. Even the world's leading coaches like Anthony Robbins are endorsing goal mapping for how it is able to help people achieve success. You can create a goal map for free. You can watch free video. And if you choose to upgrade to the premium level, and we've made it really simple, just $9.99 per month. And not only is the upgrading simple, but so is also the downgrading. This was a really important thing for me. It makes me so angry when an organization, and sometimes it's a big organization, like some of the social media or the TV channels, that make it really difficult to downgrade your subscription once you've subscribed. And we've made it really simple. In fact, you can upgrade for just $9.99 for 1 month, and you can download all of the materials at the premium level. It's more than £100 worth just in the family centre alone, with the workbooks and audios and videos, and then downgrade again. And you can have it all for just $9.99. And if you know some young people that you think would benefit from goal mapping, then in the family centre, you're going to find all of that information. I started teaching goal mapping to my children when they were just 5 years old. And you can see a goal map here from my youngest, because she wants to save the planet. She's worried about all of the pollution and climate change. And a goal map from my oldest daughter about being the best big sister she can be. It's so simple that children, even at a young age, can learn about effective goal setting. This is a true life skill. And once children understand this, they can use it for the rest of their life. I think it's an absolute crime that we are not teaching this as standard in schools. It doesn't have to be goal mapping, doesn't have to be my system. We're living in a fast-changing world. We need to be teaching our young people how they can set goals and aim for their dreams. At the premium level, you can have 100 goal maps if you wish to, and not just goal maps. You can also have life maps and action maps. A life map is all about being your best. It's a really important thing to not just set the goal about what you want to have. You also need to set goals about who you want to be. And in a life map, you map out being your very best. And in an action map, you map out the changes in behavior that you wish to make so that you're able to change habits. At the premium level, you can also map out in detail. You can create an action plan, and here mine and Vikki's with our relationship map and our action plan of the things we choose to do in order to help us move towards what we want to achieve. If you're really serious about your goals, creating an action plan or to-do list is an essential element. And right next to my business map, here printed out, is my action plan. All of it created on the online system, updated once a month, and I just make the changes really easily, print out a new to-do list. You also at the premium level have full access to all 7 of the success centers: harmonious relationships, purposeful living, authentic happiness, best life, which is what we've been covering tonight, financial freedom, feeling fantastic self-esteem, and vibrant well-being. Go into any of the success centers and you'll find there a wealth of information plus a success journal. Now, this is where we will be putting the video recording from tonight. You can use the journal in conjunction with the recording. And if you're upgrading, you have access to all of the deeper content. You can go there for free, scroll down, you can see what content is there, plus all of the tools and the materials, all of it, for just $9.99. It's a couple of cups of decent coffee. Go check it out. Try it for 1 month. What have you got to lose? You'll also get a ticket to attend the Golden Opportunity Workshop. This is our deep dive monthly workshop, 3.5 hours of content. If you're not able to attend, we run it in the daytime. You can access the recording immediately afterwards. So you get the recording of the last workshop. You get access to all the other workshops. You can watch as many of them as you wish within the month. You can carry on, of course, into the next month. In the next workshop, we're going to take a focus onto principle number 4 and help people find and follow their purpose. This is one of my favorite principles. You can watch the recordings of the first 3 workshops. So raising awareness, developing possibility consciousness, how you find more balance in your life. And in the next workshop, we're going to explore being on purpose. Then after that, become fully responsible, maintain a positive focus, involve to evolve. Monday, the 24th of June, 10 a.m. UK time. This is an interactive workshop. So tonight's mostly me talking, but in our deep dive workshop, very interactive, exercises, breakout rooms if you wish to join, and lots of engagement with questions, helping people to understand a sense of purpose. Having a purpose for your life is like having fuel for an engine. Motivation, goals, purpose are all different aspects of the same thing. But in the workshop, we help you to work out the difference between it all and to understand that finding your purpose is like traveling a path. I'm going to ask 7 empowering questions during this workshop. 7 questions to help you find the thing that makes your heart sing. Because once you find your purpose, you find your power. Then your goals become the stepping stones, the milestones you aim for along the way. Motivation becomes your fuel. Attitude empowers every step you take as you move towards your vision of success. Join the workshop. I'll guide you through the questions, capture your answers to find your purpose. We're going to explore 3 levels of purpose in the workshop. Prime purpose, which is being your best. Life purpose, which is about doing your best. And then higher purpose, leaving the world a better place. All 3 levels covered in the same workshop, plus how you create a life map and a goal map for finding and following your purpose and living with higher purpose, leaving the world a better place, the impact you have on other people around you. If you're choosing to upgrade and you want to upgrade for the whole year, then it's just £90. And that's a saving on the monthly price of nearly £30. But in addition, not only will you have a ticket for every workshop every month this year, covering the whole life path journey, create 100 goal maps, use all the tools, create a life map, action map, etc. I'll show you how to action plan everything. I'll stay connected with you over the next year. Not only all of that, but if you're upgrading tonight to the yearly gold level at £90, we're also going to give you a free 1 hour 30 coaching session with one of our premium coaches. And we have some amazing coaches that will help you find your way forward, help you be accountable, help you follow through with your dreams, help make sure that you've created your goal map in the most powerful way so it commands your subconscious. The benefits of working with a coach are so bountiful. And normally a coaching session is going to be £150 for the one coaching session. Tonight, if you're taking the yearly gold, not only do you get the yearly gold, we are going to give you a free coaching session with a recommended coach of your choice. And you can choose the language you want to work in or the particular speciality of the coach. And we have coaches that specialize in health and well-being and business, career advancement, finding and following purpose. Whatever your dream, whatever language you want to work with, I guarantee we can find a coach that's going to help you. Upgrade to the yearly gold level. You've got a saving of £30 on the monthly price. You're going to get a ticket to every workshop. The people that join this tell me they can't believe the value of it, how much they are getting. And if you're not completely happy, it's a money-back guarantee. And for those of you that perhaps would like to be a goal mapping coach and to run goal mapping as a business, then we would welcome you into the community, because whatever type of coach that you maybe already are or would like to be in the future, maybe you're considering going through a life change, just consider this for a moment. Helping people achieve their goals is fundamental to success. Whatever type of coach or trainer or therapist you are or would like to be for the future, it's absolutely essential that you're able to help people achieve their goals. Goal mapping does it in a superb way. And not only happy clients, but happy clients that become raving fans that want to recommend you to everyone else they know. That's how goal mapping has spread to more than 5 million people over the years. It's an international certification for you to work with goal mapping in businesses, education, or groups of the general public. There is a full resource center to support you, manuals, PowerPoints, videos. You learn to coach goal mapping online or on paper. And now this is really important because it may be you want to work with people that are in distant countries and you don't need to travel, because you're able to use the goal mapping platform and our special coaching pages so that you can coach people wherever they are in the world. And sometimes they might even be in the next street to you, but it's still more convenient to them or to you to work online. Other times, maybe you want to work on paper and you can download the paper templates and you can print out as many as you wish, or we post them out to you, and you're able to coach people physically, face to face, on paper, if that's your desire. If there are any of the goal mapping coaches on tonight, please do write in the chat and share your experience of what it's like to coach people with goal mapping and to help people achieve their goals, or your experience of enrolling in the coaching program. And if there are people here tonight viewing this and you're interested in what it's like to be a goal mapping coach, then please do write your questions here. And me and my partner, Vikki, will do our best to read and answer as many as we can. I can see Christine writing. Christine joined up a little bit more than a year ago. She's known goal mapping for quite a while, but now become one of the leading lights with the coach training, and really on a roll of going out, helping people, running her own workshops as well as one-to-one coaching. Now, this is both a self-development opportunity as well as a business opportunity. And the reason why taking the goal mapping certification is a self-development opportunity is because in learning goal mapping, you will receive one-to-one coaching from me and our top coaches, as well as group coaching, to help you map out your own life. And we're going to help you to create 9 different maps, a life map and goal maps, to map out all the important areas of your life: financial freedom, greater health and well-being, harmony in your relationships, high self-esteem, happiness, living your best life. We will help you create all your goal maps so that you authentically learn the system and can then coach others. It's a natural process. You will also create a goal map for running your own goal mapping business. It's a simple 7-week learning journey. You can attend the live sessions, you can watch recordings, and you can choose the time of your one-to-one sessions between you and your coaches. And I recommend that you try working with different coaches. Some people want to stick with just the same one coach, but you can have different coaching sessions with different coaches to understand how different people are working with goal mapping and using it in your life, in their lives. And there's a marketing and affiliate center where we have information you can use for posting or sending on emails, so that you don't have to create your own information. Just enter your name and contact details, and there's already pre-written marketing flyers, emails, and templates. It's 100% money-back guarantee if you're not completely happy, and it's a lifetime membership. There are no renewal fees. It's a one-off payment. There is no yearly renewal that you need to make. There is nothing else you need to pay afterwards. You do not need to give a percentage of any of your earnings to myself, for instance. You keep everything that you earn. We have 3 different levels of certification. Goal mapping coach, which is learning one-to-one coaching and using our special coaching center. And then goal mapping facilitator. This is coaching one-to-one plus making workshops. And goal mapping practitioner, which is learning how to speak at conferences, as well as running full-day workshops on goal mapping and coaching. You can either start directly at the deep end with the goal mapping practitioner, or you can start at the one-to-one coaching, and if you want to, gradually upgrade to the workshop levels. At each level, all of the resources and everything you need is included, and it is no renewal fees afterwards. As I said, it's a lifetime guarantee that you can continue to use the material. You can learn all of the material online, plus we run physical workshops for the practitioner level. We have a special daytime workshop coming. If you would like to understand the certification in more detail. It's on the 27th of June. We're going to start at 10 a.m. in the morning, and we'll be working through, very interactive. I'll be inviting different coaches to speak about their experience of working with goal mapping, and we'll be going through 3 hours of content into 1 p.m. in the certified workshop. And you can register for that again in the events tab. And if you would like to speak with myself or Vikki directly, then you can book a call with us. Simply email Vikki@goalmapping.com and we'll arrange a mutually convenient time to help you understand how goal mapping can work for you. We like to make the system focused and fitting with whatever else you wish to teach. Many people run goal mapping just on its own as a workshop. Other people want to combine goal mapping with something else that they coach or teach. Please do feel free to ask any questions you want to. I'm going to take my spotlight off for a second just so I can see the full screen of people. If anyone would like to ask any questions about anything that I've been covering or the certification, I'm just going to flick through the panels at the moment to see. Just unmute your microphone and speak, or raise a hand if you would like to. And for anyone else, if there's any comments anyone would like to make, anything anyone would like to share before we finish up this evening, then again, please do so. We've got a few minutes over time, but quite happy to keep going a little bit longer if there's anything I can help anyone with. Just checking through the panels. Okay. I wish you all a really good rest of the evening. Thank you so much for joining. Please do keep in mind what I mentioned earlier, which is that attending the masterclass and listening to me will not program your subconscious. It will not command your subconscious mind to move you towards the achievement of your goals. You doing your goal map is what will command your subconscious and move you towards your goals. So please follow through, invest just a little time in yourself, create your map, print it out, work with it, and please do spread the word. Come again next month. I'd love to hear how you're getting on with your map. Share it with me and Vikki if you'd like feedback. I wish you all a very good night. Take care. Thank you again for joining. Bye-bye for now.